love you, honey. Please.
I still remember the exact moment my voice trembled as I whispered, "Mummy?" It felt strange on my tongue, like a word I had borrowed from someone else's life. I stood there, fingers twisted together, heart beating so loud I thought they could all hear it. "Mummy?" I said again, softer this time, hoping she would smile. She didn't. My mother looked at me like I had said something wrong. Her eyes were cold, distant, almost annoyed. "I only love hearing my daughter's name," she replied flatly. I blinked. I am your daughter." She sighed, turning slightly. "Don't force things that don't belong to you." Lily's voice cut in light and sweet. "Mom, can you help me with my hair?" My mother's entire face changed. She smiled instantly. "Of course, Lily." I stood there, frozen. "Mummy?" I tried again, weaker now. She didn't even look at me this time. I said, "I don't like that." Lily glanced at me through the mirror and smirked. "You heard her." "I just wanted to." "Stop," my mother said sharply. "You're making it uncomfortable." Uncomfortable. That word echoed in my chest. My father cleared his throat from the dining table. "Let's not start this again." I turned to him. "Dad, did I say something wrong?" He avoided my eyes. "Just listen to your mother." But I only said. "Enough," he interrupted quietly. I swallowed hard. "Why can't I call her that?" Lily laughed softly. "Because it sounds weird when you say it." "It doesn't," I said quickly. "I practiced." "You practiced." Lily raised an eyebrow. "That's even worse." "I just wanted to be normal," I whispered. My mother turned, her expression tightening. "Normal children don't have to try this hard." That sentence hit harder than I expected. "I'm trying because you don't," I stopped myself. "Because I don't what?" she asked, crossing her arms. "Because you don't treat me the same," I said, my voice shaking. Lily scoffed. "Here we go again." "I'm not wrong," I insisted. "You hug her. You talk to her. You call her your daughter. And you are being dramatic," my mother replied coldly. "Then why does it feel like I don't belong here?" I asked. Silence filled the room for a second. My father finally spoke. "You're overthinking things." "I'm not," I said. I just wanted to call you Mummy once." My mother shook her head. "And I told you I don't like it." "Why?" "There isn't always a reason," she said. "There is," I whispered. "There has to be." Lily turned around in her chair. "Maybe she just doesn't feel it when you say it." "What does that even mean?" I asked. "It means," Lily said slowly, "not everything is meant for everyone." I felt my throat tighten. "So being your daughter isn't meant for me?" My mother looked irritated. "Stop twisting words." "I'm not twisting anything," I said louder than I meant to. My father stood up. "Lower your voice." "What?" "No one listens anyway." "That's enough," he said firmly. I looked at him, hoping, just once, he would take my side. "Dad, tell her I can call her Mummy." He hesitated. Just for a second. But I saw it. Then he said, "If she doesn't want it, you should respect that." Something inside me cracked. "So I don't even get a word?" I asked quietly. "You're making a big deal out of nothing," my mother replied. "Nothing?" I repeated. "This means everything to me." "Well, it doesn't to me," she said. That was it. That was the moment. I felt my chest go empty, like someone had taken something out of me and left a hollow space behind. Lily stood up, brushing past me. "You should stop embarrassing yourself." "I'm not embarrassing myself," I said, but my voice sounded small. "You are," she replied. "You always do this." I turned to my mother one last time. "Can I at least ask why you love hearing her name more?" She didn't answer right away. Then she said, "Because it feels right." "And mine doesn't?" She looked at me for a long second. "No." I nodded slowly, even though my vision was starting to blur. "Okay," I whispered. No one stopped me as I walked away. No one called my name. No one said sorry. I closed my door and leaned against it, pressing my hand over my mouth to keep from making a sound. "Mummy," I whispered again, but this time it felt different. It felt broken. I slid down to the floor, staring at nothing. Why am I not enough? I asked the empty room. There was no answer. There never was. And that was the day I understood something I had been trying to ignore for years. I wasn't her daughter. Not really. Not in the way that mattered. I started noticing things I used to ignore. "Mom, look at my new dress." Lily spun in the living room, her voice bright. "It's beautiful, sweetheart," my mother said, smiling wide. "It suits you perfectly." I looked down at what I was wearing. This used to be yours, right? I asked Lily quietly. She glanced at me. Yeah. I got bored of it. My mother added, you should be grateful. It's still in good condition. I didn't say it wasn't, I replied softly. Then don't complain, she said without looking at me. I wasn't complaining, I whispered, but no one heard me. Later that evening I stood near the kitchen. Do you need help with dinner? My mother didn't turn. Set the table. Okay. Lily walked in behind me. Mom, can I just sit? I'm tired. Of course, darling. Go rest, she said instantly. I paused, holding the plates. I can sit too, right? My mother glanced at me. You haven't done anything yet. I just asked. Set the table, she repeated. All right. At dinner I tried again. Something happened at school today. Lily, tell your father about your test, my mother interrupted. I got the highest score, Lily said proudly. That's my girl, my father replied, smiling. I looked at him. Dad, I also. Let her finish, my mother cut in. I pressed my lips together. Okay. Lily kept talking and no one looked at me again. After dinner, I followed my father into the hallway. Can I tell you something now? He sighed. Make it quick. I passed my exam too. That's good, he said, already distracted. I studied really hard. Keep it up, he replied, walking away. I stood there, feeling smaller than before. The next day, I stepped outside and saw Mrs. Carter watering her plants. Good morning, she said warmly. Morning, I replied. She looked at me closely. You look tired. I'm fine. You don't sound fine, she said gently. I hesitated. Can I sit here for a bit? Of course. Come sit. I sat beside her, staring at the ground. What's on your mind? She asked. Nothing important. If it wasn't important, it wouldn't hurt this much, she said. I looked up at her. Why does it feel like I don't belong in my own house? She didn't answer right away. Sometimes people don't know how to give love properly. Or maybe they just don't want to give it to me, I said. She shook her head. You deserve love too, you know. I blinked. Do I? Yes, she said firmly. You really do. I swallowed hard. No one's ever said that to me before. Then they're wrong, she replied. Her words stayed with me even after I went back home. That night I took out an old notebook. What are you writing? Lily asked from the doorway. Nothing. Looks like something, she said, stepping closer. It's just thoughts. She rolled her eyes. That's weird. Maybe, I said quietly. She shrugged. Whatever helps you sleep. After she left, I wrote faster. Why am I invisible? I whispered as my pen moved. Days passed and I spoke less. At dinner I stayed quiet. Why aren't you talking? My father asked one night. You told me to let Lily talk, I replied. That doesn't mean you stop completely, he said. I don't think it matters if I talk, I said. My mother frowned. Don't start acting strange. I'm not acting, I said. Then what is this? She asked. Me being quiet, I answered. That's not normal, she said. Neither is being ignored, I replied. Silence followed. Later that night I walked past their room and heard voices. You're too harsh on her, my father said. I'm realistic, my mother replied. She's still your child. There was a pause. Then she said, she was a mistake. I froze. My hand tightened around the notebook I was holding. She didn't ask to be here, my father said. I didn't ask for her either, my mother replied coldly. That doesn't mean you treat her like this. I treat her the way I can, she said. It's not enough. It's all I have to give, she snapped. I stepped back slowly, my heart pounding. A mistake. I walked to my room and closed the door quietly. I sat on my bed and opened my notebook. My name feels like a burden, I whispered. I wrote the words down, staring at them. I'm not unwanted, I said softly. I'm just unloved. The difference hurt more than I expected. I closed the notebook and held it close. Maybe I should stop trying, I said to myself. No one answered. But for the first time I believed it. I couldn't stop thinking about what I heard. The words wouldn't leave me alone. She was a mistake. I found my father in the living room the next evening. Dad, can we talk? He looked up from his phone. About what? Just talk. He sighed. Make it quick. I stood there, my hands shaking. Was I a mistake? He froze. Dad. I stepped closer. Answer me. It's not that simple, he said quietly. It sounds simple, I replied. Yes or no? He rubbed his face. Why are you asking this now? Because I heard you last night. His eyes widened. You were listening? I didn't mean to, I said. But I heard enough. He looked away. That silence, I whispered. It already answered me. It's not what you think, he said. Then tell me what it is, I insisted. He stood up slowly. You weren't planned. I swallowed hard. So I was a mistake. No, he said quickly. That's not the same thing. It feels the same, I replied. He hesitated. Your mother, she wasn't ready. For me. For any child, he said. But she loves Lily, I said. That came later, he replied. I stared at him. So what happened to me? He ran a hand through his hair. After you were born, your mother struggled. Struggled how? She fell into depression, he said quietly. I blinked. Because of me? It wasn't your fault, he said quickly. But I was the reason, I replied. He didn't answer. That means yes, I said. It's more complicated than that, he insisted. Then explain it, I said. Because right now it feels like I broke her. You didn't break her, he said. Then why does she look at me like I did? He had no answer. I laughed softly, but it didn't feel real. And then Lily came. He nodded slowly. Things changed. Of course they did, I said. She became everything I wasn't. That's not fair, he said. Isn't it? I asked. She gets love. I get distance. She was born when your mother was better, he said. So Lily got the healed version, I replied. And I got the broken one. That's not how it works, he said. It is for me, I said. He stepped closer. I tried to make things balanced. No, you didn't, I said quietly. I did, he insisted. Then why didn't you stop her? I asked. He hesitated. Stop who? Mom, I said. When she ignores me. When she treats me like I don't exist. He looked down. I didn't want to make things worse. For who? I asked. Her or me? He stayed silent. That's what I thought, I whispered. I did what I could, he said weakly. It wasn't enough, I replied. We stood there in silence for a moment. So what am I supposed to do now? I asked. What do you mean? Am I supposed to keep trying? I said. Keep pretending she'll love me someday? He didn't answer. Because I've been doing that my whole life, I continued. And it's exhausting. You're still her child, he said. But not the one she wants, I replied. That doesn't mean she doesn't care at all, he said. Then why can't I feel it? I asked. He opened his mouth, then closed it again. I look at her and I see nothing, I said. No warmth, no love, just distance. She has her own struggles, he said. And I have mine, I replied. That's why you need to be patient, he said. I've been patient, I said. For years. He looked at me, but I could tell he had nothing left to say. I nodded slowly. Okay. Okay, he repeated. Yeah, I said. I understand now. What do you understand? That I was never meant to be loved the way she loves Lily, I said. That's not true, he said quickly. It is, I replied. You just don't want to say it. I turned and walked toward my room. Wait, he called. I stopped but didn't turn around. What? I'm sorry, he said. I let out a small breath. Me too. For what? He asked. For thinking things could be different, I replied. I went to my room and closed the door. I stood in front of the mirror, staring at my reflection. What's so wrong with you? I asked quietly. The girl staring back didn't answer. I touched my face, searching for something I couldn't find. Why wasn't I enough? I whispered. My voice broke. I sat on the floor, pulling my knees close. I didn't choose this, I said softly. I didn't choose to be born. The silence felt heavy. I didn't choose to be the reason she broke, I added. Tears slipped down my face, but I didn't wipe them away. Maybe I should stop trying, I said. The thought felt strange at first. Then it felt right. I can't keep begging for something that was never mine, I whispered. I took a deep breath. From now on, I won't try anymore. Saying it out loud made it real. I leaned my head against the wall. No more hoping, I said. No more asking. The pain didn't disappear. But something inside me changed. Not stronger. Just quieter. I stopped calling her anything. Not mom. Not mummy. Just silence. Can you pass the salt? She asked at dinner. I slid it across the table without a word. She frowned. Are you going to say something? I looked at my plate. You asked for the salt. That's not what I meant, she snapped. Why are you being disrespectful? I almost laughed. Disrespectful? Yes, she said sharply. You used to at least try. I did, I replied quietly. You didn't like it. That doesn't mean you stopped talking, she said. I didn't stop talking, I said. I just stopped calling you something you don't want to hear. She pressed her lips together. You're twisting things again. I'm not, I said. Lily smirked. She's being dramatic as usual. I didn't respond. See, Lily added. She thinks silence makes her interesting. It makes her rude, my mother said. I looked up. What do you want me to call you? She paused. That's not the point. It is to me, I said. Because every word I use seems wrong. You're overthinking, she replied. No, I said. I'm just tired of getting it wrong. My father cleared his throat. Let's just eat. We ate in silence after that. The next morning I left early. At school I sat in the back like always. Hey, someone said beside me. I looked up. What? I'm Ethan, he said. You sit here every day. Yeah, I replied. You don't talk much, he said. I don't need to, I answered. He nodded slowly. Are you okay? I blinked. Why would you ask that? You look like you're not, he said. I looked away. I'm fine. You don't sound fine, he said. I shrugged. Does it matter? It might, he replied. I didn't answer. You don't have to tell me, he added. I just thought I'd ask. Why? I asked. He hesitated. Because no one asked me when I needed it. I glanced at him. And that helped. No, he said. That's why I'm asking you. I didn't know what to say. Okay, I muttered. Okay, he repeated. Yeah, I said. Thanks. I guess. He smiled slightly. Anytime. I didn't push him away. That was new. When I got home, Lily was in the living room. Oh look, she said. The silent ghost is back. I walked past her. Did you forget how to speak? She called after me. I remember, I said. Then use it, she replied. I use it when it matters, I said. She laughed. Nothing about you matters. I stopped for a second, then kept walking. See, she said loudly. No reaction. Leave her alone, my father said from the couch. She started it, Lily replied. I didn't start anything, I said. You started existing, she said with a grin. I went to my room. Later my mother called from the hallway. Come here. I stepped out. What? She frowned. That's how you talk now? You told me not to call you anything, I said. I didn't say that, she replied. You said you didn't like it, I corrected. That doesn't mean you become cold, she said. I learned from you, I replied. Her expression hardened. Watch your tone. What tone? I asked. This one, she said. I'm just talking, I replied. Then try talking better, she said. Like Lily? I asked. She didn't hesitate. Yes. Why can't you be more like your sister? Something inside me went quiet. Because I'm not her, I said. Maybe you should try, she replied. I did, I said. It didn't work. That's because you don't try hard enough, she said. I stared at her. I tried calling you Mummy. Remember that? She looked away. Don't bring that up again. Why not? I asked. It mattered to me. It didn't matter to me, she said. I know, I replied. Silence fell between us. Go to your room, she said finally. I was already there, I answered. I went back and closed the door. I sat on my bed staring at nothing. Why can't you be more like your sister? The words echoed in my head. I don't want to be her, I whispered. I grabbed my notebook. One day I'll leave, I wrote. I paused, then added, and I won't come back. Saying it in my mind felt real. I won't beg anymore, I said quietly. I lay back, staring at the ceiling. No more trying, I whispered. For the first time it didn't feel like giving up. It felt like choosing myself. Where is it? Lily's voice cut through the house. I looked up from my notebook. Where is what? My necklace, she snapped, storming into my room. I didn't take anything, I said. Don't lie, she said, crossing her arms. You were in my room earlier. I was returning your book, I replied. And you just happened to notice my necklace? She asked. I didn't even see it, I said. She scoffed. That's convenient. What's going on? My mother's voice came from the hallway. She stole my necklace, Lily said immediately. I didn't, I said. My mother looked at me. Give it back. I don't have it, I insisted. Stop lying, Lily said. I'm not lying, I said, my voice rising. My father walked in. What's all this noise? She took my necklace, Lily repeated. I didn't, I said again. My mother stepped closer to me. This is not the first time you've caused trouble. What trouble? I asked. You always have an attitude, she replied. That's not stealing, I said. Where is it? Lily demanded. I don't know. Search her room, Lily said. You can't just move, my mother ordered. I stepped back as they started going through my things. Stop it, I said. You're not going to find anything. Then you shouldn't be worried, Lily said. I'm not worried, I replied. I'm angry. My father opened my drawer. There's nothing here. Check her bag, Lily said. He picked it up and looked inside. It's not here either. Lily frowned. She must have hidden it somewhere else. I didn't take it, I said again. Enough, my mother snapped. I'm tired of this. So am I replied. She turned to me sharply. Watch your tone. Why? I asked. No one listens to what I say anyway. Because you're acting guilty, Lily said. I'm not guilty, I shouted. Then prove it, she replied. How do I prove something I didn't do? I asked. My mother's expression hardened. You're making this difficult. I'm telling the truth, I said. And I don't believe you, she replied. That hurt more than I expected. Of course you don't, I whispered. Don't start that again, she said. Start what? I asked. Telling the truth? Before I could react, her hand struck my face. The sound echoed in the room. I froze. My cheek burned and I tasted blood. Enough, she said coldly. I touched my lip, staring at her. You hit me. You pushed me to it, she replied. I didn't do anything, I said softly. You stole from your sister, she said. I didn't, I whispered. Then why does this keep happening? She asked. This never happened before, I said. You always create problems, Lily added. I didn't create this, I said. My father stood there, silent. I looked at him. Say something. He didn't move. Please, I said. You know I wouldn't do this. He avoided my eyes. Just, calm down. Calm down? I repeated. She just hit me. Don't raise your voice, he said. I laughed weakly. Of course. My mother pointed toward the door. Get out if you can't behave like family. Family. The word felt empty. I'm not part of this family, I said quietly. Then stop acting like you are, she replied. Something inside me went still. Fine, I said. I walked to my room and closed the door. My hands were shaking as I grabbed my bag. Where are you going? Lily called from the hallway. Away, I said. You're being dramatic, she replied. I'm being honest, I said. I stuffed clothes into my bag. My father appeared at the door. You don't have to do this. Do what? I asked. Leave, he said. I looked at him. Then stop me. He stayed silent. That's what I thought, I said. It's late, he said. I know, I replied. Where will you go? I'll figure it out, I said. He hesitated. You can stay. Not like this, I said. My mother's voice echoed from the living room. If she leaves, let her. I nodded slowly. That answers everything. I zipped my bag and walked past him. Wait, he said softly. I stopped. What? He didn't speak. Goodbye, I said. No one followed me out. The night air felt cold against my skin. I walked without knowing where I was going. You'll come back, Lily's voice echoed in my head. No, I whispered. I won't. I reached a park and sat on a bench. My hands were still shaking. What do I do now? I asked the empty space. For a moment I felt scared. Then something else crept in. Freedom. They don't get to hurt me anymore, I said quietly. I took out my phone and stared at the screen. There was only one name I could call. I pressed it. Hello? Mrs. Carter's voice answered. It's me, I said, my voice breaking. What's wrong? She asked immediately. I left, I said. Where are you? At the park, I replied. Stay there, she said. I'm coming. You don't have to. I'm already on my way, she said firmly. I held the phone close. Thank you. You don't have to thank me, she replied. You're not alone. Those words hit me harder than anything else that night. I waited, hugging my bag. When her car finally stopped in front of me, she stepped out quickly. "There you are," she said, pulling me into a hug. I froze for a second, then slowly held on to her. "It's okay," she whispered. "It doesn't feel okay," I said. "It will," she replied. "Can I stay with you?" I asked. "As long as you need," she said without hesitation. I closed my eyes. "Thank you." She smiled gently. "Let's go home." Home. The word felt different this time. And for the first time, someone chose me. The first morning at Mrs. Carter's house felt quiet, but not empty. "Did you sleep?" she asked, placing a cup in front of me. "A little," I replied. "That's enough for now," she said gently. "We'll take it one day at a time." I nodded. "I don't want to be a burden." "You're not," she said firmly. "You're safe here." Safe. I repeated the word in my head. "What can I do?" I asked. "You can start by eating breakfast," she smiled. "I mean, to help," I said. "You can help by staying," she replied. I hesitated. "I don't know how to just stay." "Then I'll teach you," she said. Over the next few days she showed me small things. "Hold the knife like this," she said, guiding my hand. "Like this?" I asked. "Yes." "You're learning," she said. "I've never cooked before," I admitted. "That's okay," she replied. "You're learning now." Later she handed me a notebook. "Write again." "I already do," I said. "Then don't stop," she said. "I won't," I replied. One afternoon she said, "You should get a job." "A job?" I asked. "It will help you stand on your own," she explained. "I don't know where to start," I said. "I do," she smiled. "There's a cafe nearby." The next day I stood in front of the cafe door. "Go in," she encouraged. I took a deep breath and stepped inside. A man behind the counter looked up. "What do you need?" "I'm looking for a job," I said. He studied me. "Experience?" "No," I admitted. "Then why should I hire you?" he asked. "Because I'll learn," I said. "That's not enough," he replied. "I'll work hard," I added. He crossed his arms. "Everyone says that." "I mean it," I said. He stared at me for a moment. "What's your name?" I told him. "I'm Mark," he said. "I run this place." "Nice to meet you," I said quietly. He nodded. "You can start tomorrow." "Really?" I asked. "Don't sound surprised," he said. "Thank you," I said quickly. "Don't thank me yet," he replied. "You haven't worked a day." "I won't disappoint you," I said. "We'll see," he said. My first shift was hard. "Faster," Mark said. "I'm trying," I replied. "Trying isn't enough," he said. "Do it right." "I will," I said. A customer approached. "Can I get a coffee?" "Yes," I said, forcing a smile. "Don't force it," Mark muttered. "Be real." "I am real," I replied. "Then show it," he said. At the end of the day I leaned against the counter. "You're slow," Mark said. "I know," I replied. "But you didn't quit," he added. "I won't," I said. He looked at me. "No one owes you anything." "I know," I replied. "Then build your own life," he said. His words stayed with me. That evening I sat with Mrs. Carter. "How was your first day?" she asked. "Hard," I said. "Good," she smiled. "Good?" I repeated. "Yes," she said. "Hard things make you stronger." "I want to be stronger," I said. "You already are," she replied. A few days later I heard a familiar voice. "You disappeared," Ethan said. I turned. "I moved." "Are you okay?" he asked. "I think so," I replied. "Can I help?" he asked. "With what?" "School," he said. "You missed a lot." "I did," I admitted. "Then let's fix that," he said. "You don't have to," I said. "I want to," he replied. We started studying together. "Try this problem," he said. "I don't get it," I admitted. "You will," he said. "I'll explain it again." "Why are you helping me?" I asked. "Because someone should," he said. I looked at him. "Thank you." "Don't thank me," he said. "Just keep going." Days turned into weeks. "You're improving," Mark said one evening. "Really?" I asked. "Yes," he nodded. "You're faster now." "I've been practicing," I said. "I can tell," he replied. At home Mrs. Carter smiled. "You look different." "How?" I asked. "Stronger," she said. "I feel different," I admitted. "That's growth," she replied. I sat with my notebook that night. "I'm not the same," I whispered. I wrote the words slowly. I don't need them anymore. The pain was still there. But it felt different. Not heavy. Sure. Focused. I'll succeed, I said quietly. Not for them. For me. I closed the notebook and leaned back. I'm done begging, I whispered. For the first time I believed it. Are you even listening? Ethan tapped the table. I am, I said blinking. Sorry? I was thinking. About the results? He asked. Yeah, I replied. They come out today. You'll be fine, he said. I hope so, I whispered. He leaned back. You didn't work this hard to fail. I didn't work this hard to go back, I said. You won't, he replied. My phone buzzed. Check it, he said. I stared at the screen. I'm scared. Do it anyway, he said. I opened the message. Well, he asked. I got it, I said, my voice shaking. You got it, he repeated. I got the scholarship, I said. He smiled. I knew it. I actually did it, I whispered. You did, he said. I laughed softly. I did it for me. That's the only reason that matters, he replied. Later that day I walked home holding the letter tightly. You look happy, Mrs. Carter said when I entered. I got the scholarship, I said. She smiled. I'm proud of you. I couldn't have done it without you, I said. You did the work, she replied. I had help, I said. And you accepted it, she said. I nodded. That's new for me. That's growth, she replied. Weeks passed and everything felt steady. Take this order, Mark said at the cafe. Got it, I replied. You're running the floor today, he added. Me? I asked. You, he said. You're ready? I'll try, I said. Don't try, he replied. Do it. I will, I said. By the end of the shift he nodded. You handled it well. Thanks, I said. You've changed, he added. I know, I replied. Good, he said. One afternoon I walked past the store and stopped. A familiar voice reached me. Is that you? I turned. Lily? She stared at me. Wow, you look different. So do you, I said. She crossed her arms. What are you doing here? I live nearby, I replied. Of course you do, she said. And you? I asked. Just shopping, she said quickly. Her tone felt forced. How have you been? I asked. Fine, she said. You don't sound fine, I replied. I'm better than you, she said. I smiled slightly. If you say so. She frowned. You always do that now. Do what? Act like you don't care, she said. I don't, I replied calmly. She looked taken aback. You're still the same. No, I said. I'm not. She shifted her weight. Things are different at home. How? I asked. It's none of your business, she said. Then don't bring it up, I replied. She hesitated. Mom and Dad fight a lot now. I stayed silent. Money problems, she added. I nodded slowly. I see. You don't care? She asked. I didn't say that, I replied. Then say something, she insisted. What do you want me to say? I asked. I don't know, she said. Anything. I hope things get better, I said. That's it, she asked. That's all I have, I replied. She looked at me closely. You're not angry? I said. Not anymore. Why not? She asked. Because it doesn't change anything, I replied. She laughed softly. You think you're better now. I think I'm free, I said. She went quiet. Mom talks about you sometimes, she said. I felt my chest tighten. What does she say? She doesn't say much, Lily replied. Just your name. That's new, I said. She sounds different, Lily added. So do you, I replied. She looked away. Things didn't stay perfect. They never were, I said. She didn't argue. I have to go, I said. That's it, she asked. What else is there? I replied. She hesitated. You really moved on. I had to, I said. She nodded slowly. I guess. I turned and started walking. Wait, she called. I stopped. What? Do you ever miss us? She asked. I thought for a moment. I miss what I hoped we could be. She didn't respond. Take care, I said. You too, she replied. I walked away without looking back. That night I sat with Mrs. Carter. I saw Lily today, I said. How was that? She asked. Strange, I replied. Did it hurt? She asked. No, I said. Not like before. She smiled. That means you've healed. Not completely, I said. You don't have to be, she replied. I feel different, I said. How? She asked. Like I'm not chasing anything anymore, I replied. That's peace, she said. I leaned back. They're struggling now. And how does that make you feel? She asked. I thought carefully. Not happy. Not sad, she asked. Just done, I said. She nodded. That's closure. I used to think I needed something from them, I said. And now, she asked. Now I don't, I replied. She smiled softly. That's your power. Power? I repeated. Yes, she said. Over yourself. I sat quietly, letting that sink in. I like that, I said. You earned it, she replied. I smiled slightly. I did. The knock on the door came in the middle of the afternoon. I'll get it, I said, wiping my hands. When I opened it, I froze. Hi, she said softly. I didn't move. Why are you here? She looked smaller than I remembered. Can we talk? About what? I asked. About us, she replied. I let out a slow breath. We don't have news. She flinched. Please. Mrs. Carter stepped behind me. Is everything all right? I'm fine, I said. I'll handle this. She nodded and walked away. I stepped outside and closed the door behind me. Say what you came to say, I told her. She looked at me carefully. You've changed. I had to, I replied. I heard you're doing well, she said. I am, I answered. That's good, she whispered. Silence stretched between us. She finally said my name again, softer this time. It sounded strange coming from her. What do you want? I asked. She swallowed. I made a mistake. I didn't respond. I should have said that a long time ago, she continued. You should have done a lot of things, I replied. She nodded slowly. You're right. I crossed my arms. So why now? I couldn't ignore it anymore, she said. Ignore what? I asked. The way I treated you, she answered. I looked at her, waiting. I was wrong, she said. I hurt you. Yes, I replied simply. She stepped closer. I didn't know how to love you. You didn't try, I said. I did in my own way, she insisted. It wasn't enough, I replied. I know that now, she said. That doesn't change what happened, I told her. I'm not asking it to, she said quickly. Then what are you asking? For a chance, she whispered. I shook my head. A chance for what? To fix things, she said. You can't fix this, I replied. Maybe not completely, she admitted. But I can try. I let out a quiet breath. I already tried. I know, she said. And you pushed me away, I added. I regret that, she said. Regret doesn't erase anything, I replied. She reached out like she wanted to touch me. I wish I had loved you differently. I stepped back. Her hand dropped. I can't pretend that didn't happen, I said. I'm not asking you to pretend, she replied. Then what? I asked. Just, don't shut me out completely, she said. I looked at her face. She looked tired. Older. But the memories didn't fade. You shut me out first, I said. I know, she whispered. And I had to learn how to live without you, I added. She nodded slowly. That must have been hard. It was, I said. I'm sorry, she said again. I stayed quiet. I think about you every day, she continued. That's new, I replied. I deserve that, she said softly. Yes, I agreed. She took a deep breath. Can you forgive me? I paused before answering. I don't hate you, I said. Her eyes filled with hope. Then, but forgiveness doesn't mean going back, I finished. Her expression fell slightly. I can accept what happened, I said. But, she asked. But I won't return to it, I replied. She looked down. I understand. Do you? I asked. I'm trying to, she said. I nodded slowly. I learned to live without you, I told her. The words felt steady. Real. I believe you, she said quietly. And I'm not that person anymore, I added. I can see that, she replied. I don't need your love to feel complete, I said. She closed her eyes for a second. I wish I had given it to you when you needed it. So do I replied. We stood there in silence. I won't come back, I said. I know, she whispered. But I won't carry anger either, I added. She looked at me. That's more than I deserve. It's not for you, I said. It's for me. She nodded slowly. Take care of yourself, I told her. You too, she said. I turned toward the door. Wait, she called softly. I paused but didn't turn. I'm proud of you, she said. I didn't answer. I opened the door and stepped inside. Mrs. Carter looked at me. Are you okay? I nodded. I am. What did she say? She asked. That she was sorry, I replied. And I believe her, I said. She studied me. But I've already moved on, I answered. She smiled gently. That's strength. I let out a quiet breath. It feels like peace, I said. I stood in the middle of my apartment and looked around. It's finally yours, Ethan said, leaning against the door. It is, I replied. How does it feel? He asked. Quiet, I said. But not empty. He smiled. That's a good sign. I walked toward the window. I built this. You did, he said. Not perfectly, I added. Perfect is overrated, he replied. I laughed softly. You always say that. Because it's true, he said. I turned to him. You stayed. He shrugged. I wanted to. You didn't have to, I said. I know, he replied. That matters, I said. It should, he answered. A knock came from the door. That must be her, I said. I opened it and Mrs. Carter stepped in with a warm smile. Look at this place, she said. Do you like it? I asked. I love it, she replied. I wasn't sure about the colors, I admitted. They're perfect, she said. You don't have to say that, I told her. I mean it, she said. It feels like you. I smiled. That's what I wanted. She set a small box on the table. A housewarming gift. You didn't have to, I said. I wanted to, she replied. I opened it slowly. It's beautiful. It reminded me of you, she said. Thank you, I whispered. Ethan leaned closer. What is it? A small frame, I said. Empty. So you can fill it, she added. With what? I asked. With something that matters, she said. I held it carefully. I will. We sat together for a while. You've come a long way, Mrs. Carter said. I have, I replied. Do you see it? She asked. Sometimes, I said. You should see it every day, she said. I'm trying, I replied. Ethan nodded. She's doing more than trying. I looked at him. You always support me. That's my job, he said lightly. You gave yourself that job, I replied. Best decision I made, he said. I shook my head, smiling. You're not the same person, Mrs. Carter said. I know, I replied. Do you miss who you were? She asked. I thought for a moment. No. Not even a little? She asked. I feel sorry for her, I said quietly. For who? Ethan asked. For the girl I used to be, I answered. What would you say to her? Mrs. Carter asked. I looked down at the frame in my hands. I'd tell her she's not the problem, I said. And? Ethan asked. I'd tell her to stop begging, I added. Mrs. Carter nodded. That sounds right. I'd tell her she'll find her own way, I continued. You did, Ethan said. I did, I replied. I took a deep breath. I wish I could hug her. You kinda just did, he said. I smiled slightly. You built this life, Mrs. Carter said. I chose it, I replied. That's even better, she said. I didn't think I could, I admitted. But you did, Ethan said. I had help, I said. You let people help you, Mrs. Carter replied. That was the hard part, I said. You learned, she said. I looked around again. This is my home, I said. Yes, Ethan replied. And you're my family, I added. Mrs. Carter smiled softly. We're lucky. No, I said. I am. Ethan shook his head. We all are. I leaned back in my chair. I'm okay now, I said. Better than okay, Mrs. Carter replied. Yeah, I said. Better. I thought about the past for a moment. Things didn't change back there, I said. They didn't have to, Ethan replied. I changed, I said. That's what matters, he said. I nodded slowly. I'm not waiting anymore, I said. You don't have to, Mrs. Carter replied. I'm not hoping for anything from them, I added. You already have everything you need, Ethan said. I looked at both of them. Yeah, I said softly. I do. I'm going to my old house, I said while putting on my shoes. Ethan looked up. Are you sure? I need to, I replied. Mrs. Carter stepped closer. Do you want me to come with you? No, I said softly. I have to do this alone. Ethan nodded slowly. Text me when you're done. I will, I said. The street felt different when I arrived. You're really here, I whispered to myself. I stood in front of the door for a moment. Go in, I told myself. I pushed it open. The house was quiet. Hello? I called. No answer. It's empty, I said. My footsteps echoed inside. I used to live here, I whispered. I walked slowly through the living room. This is where everything started, I said. I touched the wall. And where it broke. I moved to the kitchen. So many arguments, I murmured. I stood still for a moment. Why did I stay so long? I asked. No one answered. I walked to my old room. The door creaked. It's smaller than I remember, I said. I stepped inside. This is where I cried, I whispered. I sat on the edge of the bed. I waited here, I said quietly. For what? I asked myself. I looked at the floor. For love that never came, I answered. I laughed softly. That sounds so stupid now. I stood up again. I don't need this place anymore, I said. My voice felt steady. I don't need any of it, I added. I walked back through the hallway. Goodbye, I said. The word echoed in the empty house. Not to them, I added. To the pain. I stepped outside and closed the door. The air felt lighter. I'm not the same girl who lived here, I said. I walked down the steps slowly. I don't belong here anymore, I whispered. I paused at the gate. Strange, I said. It doesn't hurt. I turned back once. No one is waiting for me inside, I said. And I'm not waiting either, I added. I started walking away. Each step felt easier. I used to think I needed them, I said. But I don't, I replied to myself. I looked up at the sky. I built something better, I whispered. My phone buzzed. You okay? Ethan texted. I smiled slightly. Yes, I typed back. I'm done. I kept walking. I used to break here, I said quietly. And now I don't. I stopped for a moment. My heart broke in this place, I said. But that wasn't the end. I took a deep breath. That was the beginning, I whispered. I remembered everything for a moment. The girl who waited, I said. The girl who begged, I added. She's gone, I finished softly. I looked forward. I rebuilt myself, I said. And no one gave me that, I added. I did it alone. A breeze passed by. I'm whole now, I said. Not perfect, not untouched, but mine. I don't need to go back, I whispered. I turned and walked away for good. The day my heart shattered, I said quietly, was the same day I started rebuilding it.